We're disappointed with the outcome, disappointed with our effort. Congratulations to Texas A&M. I thought they played great. They shot the ball really well. They had great energy on the floor, and we didn't respond as well as we needed to.
Mark, it was a 27-3 run there to end the first half.
Yeah.
What did you see that allowed that?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. We had great focus and great intensity for the first 14 minutes of the game, 12 minutes of the game, actually really good. And then we just lost our focus. We stopped fighting to win catches. We started getting really careless. We got sped up, which is what they do, and we just didn't respond well. And it just spiraled a little bit out of control for us.
Mark, it's always tough when a team kind of loses its focus, but how much more costly is that against a full court press?
It's what they do. It's what they do.
Kind of going off that, the points off turnovers was a battle that you guys lost tonight. I guess how decisive was that, the fact that they were able to take those giveaways and punish? 13
turnovers, 18 points is critical in a game like this. It's really critical, and it wasn't just that. It was you know, our careless decision making and where we lost. You know, it's not that we didn't do it for the game. It's we went through a stretch where we lost our minds and we lost our intensity with winning and delivering catches. And not only did that change the score, but it actually let them start to feel good. And when they feel good, they can get they're tough to play. You know, they started really shooting the ball at that point well and got a little momentum. And we actually couldn't turn the tide. I was proud of our guys for continuing to battle, but we just couldn't respond at that point.
Mo and Otega, for you guys both, during that 27-3 run that A&M had to close the first half, what were you feeling on the court and what was kind of disjointed about the play for Kentucky?
I think we could have just leaned into each other more. Obviously, when we're on the road and they're going to run like that, you know, it's easy to play into the crowd. And I think we just kind of got a little rattled. And, you know, we just got to do a little better in terms of leaning into each other when it gets tough. Just trying to turn the tide. We didn't do a good job with that, but I mean, we're going to learn and get better from it.
Yeah, I think we got a little sped up there. You know, it was a lot of like up and downs. You know, there was a lot of adversity when they were going on a run. I think we could have did a better job of staying connected and, you know, talking to each other more and, you know, to, you know, and just staying connected and, you know, A&M, they played really well. You know, they hit a lot of shots, a lot of tough shots. And, you know, we were just trying to stop the bleeding, but, you know, they kept going and, you know, we got another game for us to, like, improve in the areas that we could have today. So,
Mark, there was obviously some sizable news earlier today with Mitch announcing that he would be stepping away at the end of June. I know that's not for a few months now, but can you speak a little bit to the impact that he's had on your life and your relationship with Mitch Barnhart?
He's got an unbelievable legacy. He's left an incredible legacy on college sports. So, you know, he's a lot of athletic directors make an impact on some sports at their school, maybe their school. As the story of Mitch Barnhart is told, he's made an unbelievable impact, not just on athletics in Kentucky, but also on the entire campus. On the development of the campus, on what Kentucky is today. He's had his fingerprints over everything good that's happened in college athletics over the last 25 years. And, you know, in the position as athletic director and as a leading tenured voice in the country for athletic departments, he'll be sorely missed, but his influence is going to continue to be felt, and he'll still be, in some ways, a more active advocate for the new direction of college athletics. So he's just changing positions. He's not stepping away from his stewardship of college athletics.
Mark, what do you think of BG's performance? That seemed like probably the best he played since Oklahoma.
I thought I think he's been giving us really good energy. I thought he was great in transition. I thought the guys off the bench, you know, really gave us a boost in their first rotation. We were really, really decisive and really committed, you know, and had the game in hand. And then we just got distracted and careless and lost whatever it was that was, you know, we lost our determination to win a catch and deliver a pass. And, you know, we were poor defensively the whole night, but I thought BG was really good. I thought Jasper gave us good minutes, especially in his first rotation, and we just couldn't sustain it.
Mark, the first Vanderbilt game yielded them the Arkansas game. And the second Vanderbilt game yields this game. What explains the inconsistency, just kind of the swings in performance for this team?
Well, yeah, you know, if I had the exact answer to that, we would probably be able to avoid it. It's probably a lot of it comes from me. You know, it's probably on my shoulders. You know, we have potential to be great. We just choose at moments we get so distractible, and it's frustrating because this team actually has the potential to do great things. It's just hard for us sometimes to keep our emotions going the right directions and our focus in the right space consistently. You know, the positive side of that is these guys always respond. They always respond, always. You know, we are just, you know, our story is a little bit of self-inflicted wounds and then responding in a brilliant way. And you know, hopefully down the stretch here, we'll stop with the self-inflicted wounds and only have the great response.
You talked about the bench a little bit there, but you'd said before that if you just keep shooting them, Trent Noah's eventually going to knock down some of those shots. He hit 2 big ones today. And what was it? How positive was it to see him kind of maybe get some confidence back in his shooting? And also, is he doing all right after?
He's been playing great minutes. He's been playing great minutes the last several games. It just hasn't been a lot of shots, and you know, he can really help us. He gives us a big boost. He gives us some energy and focus off the bench, and he's going to make shots. So that's just part of it. But he's done a great job with physicality. He's done a great job on the glass. He got beat a couple times middle today, which I know he'd like to take that back. But we need him. You know, we're getting to the point where, you know, these 2 games and you know, these Tuesdays have been a little bit challenging for us with our limited roster size right now, and we need him to be really good. We need Jasper to be really good, and they're both trending in that direction. You know, everybody on our team needs to embrace those guys because we need them to help us. And when they're in the game, we need to be really supportive of them because they can make us better.
Mark, you used the word distractible a few times in your responses, talking about what went wrong in the first half, early second half. You know, we're in early March now. How concerning is it to you that this is a team that you say still gets distracted at moments on the court?
Well, it's concerning in the sense that, like, we'd like to be perfect. It's not concerning in terms of my evaluation of our guys. We have terrific players that care so deeply about this. We just, you know, we fell victim to what Texas A&M likes to do, and like I said, we were, you know, the way these guys delivered on what we were trying to do the first 10, 12, 14 minutes of the game was spectacular. And then for whether it's fatigue or emotional fatigue or physical fatigue or distraction or whatever, we just went away from that. You know, starting with the sideline out of bounds where we just don't go win a catch. It's actually not complicated. It was just like it was a missed focus. And then that kind of began a little spiral where we gave them some energy. And, you know, this group will, you know, we have great things ahead of us, but it's got to be every single possession. It has to be right now for us to win. We don't have a massive margin for error. It's got to be every single possession. And if we can learn that and grab onto that, then we have a chance to be really special. And it's got to be every single night we lace it up. It's got to be. And that's, you know, that's not a challenge unique to us. That's one of the challenges that sports presents, but it's something that we got to figure it out. And we can. Like, I have the guys to do it. We can do it. We just didn't tonight.
Mark, you mentioned the Saturday, Tuesday. I think Kentucky is 1-6 against power conference teams on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Is that a coincidence, or is that?
Well, Tuesday hasn't been kind to us, so it's something we got to fix because we're going to play. You know, we're not going Saturday to Tuesday. We're going, you know, day after day after day. So it's something we have to address and we have to fix and we got to get better at. And it's time now. It's winning time, and so we have no choice but to get better at it. We have to get over a win, get over a loss. We've actually been good at getting over losses. We haven't been great at getting over wins. We got to get over a win and get back to work, and now we get to do it, you know, pretty soon here. We get to do it in 24 hours. We have a massive game Saturday, and then from then on, it's 24 and 48-hour turnarounds, and you know, we can do it. We can do it. We just didn't do it today.